Welcome to the StockMentor.com studios. I'm your stock mentor, Brian Johnson. Isn't that a great generic name? I mean, I couldn't be somebody cool like Javier Lopez. No, no, no. I gotta be Brian Johnson. Jeez, I think about that all the time. Wish I had a cool name, but I don't. However, it is easy to remember. It's Friday, and we went basically sideways all day. If you guys look at the beginning of the day compared to the end of the day, you'll see that we didn't really go anywhere. And those are tough days to trade unless you really know what you're doing. So you got to be very careful when really the trend is pretty much sideways most of the day. So that's what we saw. Now, coming out of it, what did we get out of it? And what we really get out of it is just another day where the Bulls kind of leave you hanging coming into the weekend. Overall, we were only down 9 points in the Dow, and as you can see on a 60-minute here, that's going to put it really close to retesting or touching these moving averages just above it. So any push above it, I think, might start to give us a little bit of a push upwards in the markets. How far? We don't know yet, but point being, we'll be watching these areas coming into early next week, and give me a couple days to digest this and see what we've got. Over on the daily, we have a bounce off the 50. Now, two closes below the 20. I really was watching this 20-day closely today, and no go for the Bulls. They could not beat it. So here we are below the 200. Here we are below the 20, and a couple closes below it. Give us another doji. Yes, that is a potential reversal candle, but I'm not sold on it yet. I still am not completely sold on the fact that we can't come back and retest some of these lower levels before we see somewhat of a push. So I'm very cautious in this area. If you are a subscriber, you know that I was in short at the on the SPX at the 1115 area, and then added to that short when we gapped up around the 1128 area. Took a little profits at the end of this week. We had a very nice run this week. I didn't want to give too much of it back. I was very happy. Completely made my week, and I was very happy with it. So I kept part of my position on. Point being that I'm still not sold to the bull side. I'm still going to give credit to the bear side. We'll see what happens earlier in the week, come Monday, Tuesday, and that'll obviously make a decision on whether or not I stick with my position or not. But you can see here that this doji candle that we put in today really doesn't tell us anything. It gives us nothing but a mark of indecision at this point. NASDAQ on a 60-minute also staying below these moving averages here, leaving us in limbo. Is this A, B, C to the upside about to happen? Is this a new move to the upside? Are we going to break these lows? Once again, leaving us in limbo all weekend long. We'll just have to wait and see what happens come next week. We did hit the 1830 area, one of my levels that I had mentioned down here, held nicely as support. Any breaks below that, I think it's 1800, and below that, back to test these lows for the NASDAQ. From a daily standpoint, the whole week was down. Look at that gap up, run all the way down. So the bears having their way with the tech stocks. The only thing saving the bulls is what? Right, we're resting on the 200-day moving average. So we do have something for the bulls to hang on to, albeit very little at this point. So early in the week, this is the line to be watching. Overall, though, keep in mind that this was a bearish week, leaving us with a bearish candle, and now it can be considered a bearish engulfing. I mentioned yesterday that I didn't think they were going to get out of these weekly charts without looking bearish of some sort. Sure enough, no attempt to really move it higher today. So a bearish engulfing pattern leaves us with a potential reversal for next week coming. Watch it closely. We'll be watching these lower levels as we proceed. The new area to beat now will be this 50-week moving average, which is sitting now down about 1795-ish. SPX also bouncing up, finding nice resistance at the 20-period moving average before kind of falling back into the rest of the day. Coming down into this 1065 area, not close enough. Close enough. I really, this one actually held really well today. Next levels below any of this 1065 would be 1055, then ultimately 1040, 1045 area. However, look at the week. Straight down. bearish, 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 by all accounts for the entire week. If you were short this week, you should have made money. SPX on a daily. Here we are coming back down, breaking the 200, which was an entry, breaking the 1100, which was an entry, breaking the 20, which was all entries I had mentioned all week long, and retesting the what? Oh, yeah, that blue line I talked about. Funny how this TA stuff works. So here we are retesting that blue line. As long as it holds here, we still have somewhat of a bullish scenario, at least in the short term. At least in the short, I am still bearish long term at this point, guys. Nothing to change my sentiment there based on today's trading. Putting in a little bit of a doji candle to kind of finish the day. I'm not sold that this is a potential reversal candle. I'm not sold on it yet. We'll wait and see what happens early in the week. Weekly standpoint, putting in a very bearish candle for the week. Look at this. We have a bearish engulfing. We have a break and a hold below the 50-week moving average. It's just getting uglier and uglier for the bulls all the time. Watch this closely. Bulls are going to get about one opportunity from me to pull this back up next week. See if they can't get it back up into this area as we come into month end. VIX on a daily. Nah, I don't know. Not really confirming, not really. It's just kind of stuck. So the VIX moved up. It hit this, what I said would probably end up being very good resistance if it was going to find it anywhere, and it did. It held very nicely to the 20 and also stuck right now above this previous support area. So we're stuck, as we are in a lot of the indices, between the 20 and the 50. Right in between there. Still putting us in what I consider to be the yellow zone of fear in the markets. Breaks up and above this 30-ish area, may start to launch us upwards. That is going to mean more downwards in the markets. So here we are, stuck in the middle. If this is a big push up and a pullback, we could see some further up moves to the VIX, bringing us down in the markets. Apple on a 60-minute also winding its way down. It's down $2.30 today, but man, I'll tell you what, guys, still kind of strong in the overall picture of things. Your entry today was below 267.50. Was a great entry. If you held with it even till the end of the day, you made money on that trade. It was a good entry, but there wasn't the kind of selling I was looking for on a break of that level. So 267.50 and 265 are our levels to be watching to the short side coming into early next week. We'll talk more about that this weekend. From a daily standpoint, starting to kind of drift backwards. Any moves downwards, I think, take us right back here towards this 262 area. From a weekly, you can see it holding the big blue. This is going to be fun to watch over the next few weeks for you Apple traders. This is one that I am absolutely keeping my eye on as well. Blue's going to beat it eventually. It's just a matter of time. If Apple doesn't start to make any bigger moves next week, we may see it. We may see blue finally defeated again next week. Next time we start to drop below this blue line, I don't know. I'm not convinced that might not be it for Apple for a little while anyway. It might fall back here into this 20-week moving average at that point. FAS putting in a move upwards. At this point, putting in a high base. These type of formations at the end of the week don't really, I don't know, don't give me much to go off of. But there were trades to be taken in here. Gave you those levels, giving you opportunities to make some money off that today. The next level now is above that 2350, 2360 area. From a daily standpoint, you can see the move up. Pullback did not hold the blue line today, coming back up above the blue line. Now we're holding the 20. There's nothing to glean from this from a swing trader's perspective. Continue to day trade FAS and FAZ. Here was your drops today down below this 15-ish area for the more aggressive. Or 15.25 for the more aggressive, below 15 for the more conservative. You were able to make some money on that today, albeit 20 cents. We did talk about the 50 down here, and it did hold very, very well as support. From a daily standpoint, here we are back above the blue. Now we're below the blue. Overall, it's chop. Look at this. A month, almost a month and a half worth of chop. This thing's consolidating for a much larger move. I do not know which way that will be yet. I will just simply let the charts lead the way. Now, any moves back up above here give me more inclination to go long. Obviously, back below here to go short from a swing trader's perspective. But at this point, there is no reason to be swing trading this. You are getting your hands chopped if you are trying. So continue to day trade these. We'll see if we can give you some more direction on these come Sunday. All right, that's it for the week, guys. Down all week long. Got to take that into perspective. Okay, the Bears did their job for the week. They just beat this thing down slowly, slowly, slowly. Big gap up on Monday, and the Bears or the Bulls never recovered. They just kept giving up ground. This is that slippery slope that you hear people talk about. Just keep sliding, sliding, sliding. One of those moments where do I get in? Do I get out? Do I get in? Do I get out? Lots of uncertainty. That's what the markets love to do to you. Just let the charts lead the way. Look at this. Below the 200 was a good short. Below 10,300. Below the 20. Below. All these marks that we had proved to be well. Okay, guys. If there's anybody that that you think these videos can help, if they're helping you, they can certainly help other people. Please pass it around. They're free. Tell people about them, send people to the site, and let them decide for themselves if this is something that they can use in their trading. And I will see you guys again on Sunday. Thanks. Bye.